Teams for this afternoon. First of all, the team in green is White Birch, and playing number 1, say hello to Neil Hirsch. At number 2 is Nacho Figueres. Number 3, 10 goals from Argentina. This is Mariano Aguirre. At number 4, Peter Brandt. On the white team, this is AIG Ruben. Playing number 1 is Chris Superman Evans. At number 2, Fabio Denise. Number 3, Carlos Cressida. And at number 4, Mr. David Rubin. Players will gather together now at midfield, and we'll have our ceremonial throw-in to start the game. It's an honor to have Mr. Steve Schoenfeld here from the Schoenfeld Group. And he and his group would like to welcome you today's final Saturday of polo here at Bridgehampton. And they have wonderful treats today. Where else can you go to polo and find grilled cheese or peanut butter and jelly? S'mores. And s'mores.
Marshmallow chocolate graham
Oh, they look great. All right, Steve rolls it out there. Thank you, Steve. Now the players will line up and we'll get started here.
At Bridgehampton Polo, we try to do some good work as well as have a lot of fun. Today's event is a benefit for Help USA. I'm joined by Lawrence Belfer, the Vice President of Help USA. Lawrence, welcome.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here. For those of you who don't know, Help USA is the largest provider of homes, jobs, and services for homeless families in the country, as well as being the largest provider of daycare, mentoring, welfare to work, and domestic violence programs in New York State. We've served over 75,000 people in the last 15 years at 14 facilities in New York State, including a facility called Help Suffolk in Bellport out here in Long Island. And we're very proud of the work we've done. We appreciate the sponsorship today. And for anybody who's interested, you can get in touch with Help at 1-800-311-7999 or at our website, www.helpusa.
Where does your funding come from primarily?
It's a combination of private sources and public sources. Help USA was founded in 1986 by Andrew Cuomo, formerly Secretary of HUD, and the concept behind it was to be a public-private partnership, so we very consciously get sourcing from both the private sector as well as governmental agencies.
How do current events in Washington affect you?
Well, I think that the climate for social services agencies like Help is becoming more difficult with the Republican administration, but we're hopeful that the good work we do will be well received by this administration as well as on the state and local level. And we think that our concept of public-private joint ventures and bringing people more efficient services than the government does plays well in all environments.
It's a very worthwhile organization, and I hope our audience will pitch in to help. Lawrence, thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
The white team is Ruben Group. The green team is White Birch. White Birch is not the white team. They're the green team. Otherwise, they would be Green Birch, and we'd be even more confused than we are already. What they do is they line them up in midfield. The players have numbers on their back, 1 through 4. They line up in that order, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the umpire will bowl the ball down the middle. You know, the players kind of riding around a little bit. This is just like auto racing. You got to warm up the tires on your race car. Well, we warm up the horses a little bit. Just get the blood circulating in the lower legs so they're all set to go, because once that ball hits the ground, we'll be running and gunning at full tilt. It's underway. The clock has started. First chukker on our final summer Saturday here at Bridgehampton. Carlos Cressida fakes a big hit on the gray horse, then decides to wind up with a little neck shot to send it down inside the 60-yard line. Mariano Aguirre's there. He opens up a shot and finds Peter Brandt open a run, and Carlos turns on him. He's going to try to hook him there, just strong enough to get it out of there. Nacho Figueres tries to come to the pass, but Mariano Aguirre picks it up off the rebound off the hoof of the horse. Mariano alone. He looks over his shoulder. Ball takes a big hop. He picks it up out of the air, coming to goal, bouncing 1-2. Mariano Aguirre's got a goal. White Birch first to strike early in the chukker. Less than a minute has ticked off the clock. And Mariano Aguirre runs it 80 yards on his own. And the ball bouncing, trying to give him a hard time. But he delivered on the goal anyway. Back to midfield. The bowling goes all the way to the back. Aguirre trying to control it. He's got a quick pony. Ruben Group is in the white. Mariano cuts one, opens it up. Nacho trying to get to it, but not before Carlos Cressida backs it up. Carlos to Fabio. Out in front is Chris Nevins. Chris Nevins riding along the board a little bit. Now he tries to open up. Peter Brandt is on defense. He's on his left. Nevins is going to try to nail one from there. They've got a horse race going on the ball. It's 5 yards away. Brandt jumps in there, puts a stick on it. It's laying right in front of the goal mouth. It is not in the goal. Critical shot. Backed up. Players collide. Carlos Cressida trying to steal it away from him. He hooks the next shot. Gets it. Carlos Cressida. We're tied at 1-1. Dangerous situation to have that ball right in front of the goal mouth. Cressida with the quick eye and hand manages to jump on it and make the goal. Back at midfield, the umpire waiting for the lineup to straighten out, so he's got an alleyway to bowl the ball in. Now it comes in. Backs up by Denise. Denise to Carlos Cressida. Carlos on the other end scored a goal. Now he's loose in front. Mariano trying to chase him down. Carlos for Ruben Group is in front. There it is. A goal. Carlos Cressida with back-to-back goals for Ruben Group. Notice the pony overran the goal line by at least 50 yards. The horses flat out are going 35 miles an hour. So it takes a little effort and a little distance to get them to slow down, to stop and turn. Cressida with 2 back-to-back goals, and he puts his team ahead now, 2-1. Now we'll change directions. If this is your first time here or you were here before and forget this, every time you make a goal, you change directions. Mariano Aguirre picks it out. They're going to the scoreboard now. That's the green team. Fabio's got his hip right on him, trying to push him out of there. Fabio Denise puts the lumber right on that ball and backs it to center field. Carlos Cressida trying to pick it up. There's the follow-up by Nevins. Chris Nevins picks it up again, a loose ball. This one goes astray a little bit to the left. There's the backhander by Mariano Aguirre. Picked out of there quickly by Fabio Denise. Fabio Denise, he's also on a gray horse. He's got 2 greens to get around. He gets hooked out of the play and he can't make it. Backed up by Nacho Figueres. 2 players come to the line. No whistle. Backhander by Ruben. Now a whistle. The line of the ball, that's an imaginary line. When you hit the ball, it makes an invisible double yellow line just like you see on the highway. And when you're playing, you have to stay on the left side of the double yellow or the right side. Officials go to the third man. Third man waves it off saying no foul, so that means we have 2 mounted officials and then a third one who is not on a horse, and if the 2 can't agree whether or not, we'll go to him and he'll help decide. Mariano Aguirre. Mariano brings it right down in front of the boards. Mariano coming ahead. Nevins pushing on him, trying to get him out of there. Mariano leaves enough room to get in on the ball and take it right down the boards. Trying to look for help. He gets cut off on the inside. There's the backhander, Cressida, picked up by Peter Brandt. Brandt flips it forward. Brandt alone out front. Peter Brandt coming for his 3rd shot. Can he deliver on the last one? Here he comes. Ball bouncing to the goal mouth. Attempted hook, and it's out of there. No goal for White Church. Nacho trying to run it along the back line. There's a defender right on his hip, though. He's not wants to give him too much room, and the other player begs off, and then the whistle goes. You can't play 2-on-1. If you got a guy on your left, the guy on the right can't come in and take the ball in that kind of a situation. And you also have the situation of 2 meeting 1. So we'll see what kind of foul they call here. The call goes against AIG Rubin. So it'll be a free hit for White Birch. On the penalty shots that are close in, the other team has to leave the field. The general rule is you have to be back 30 yards, so this is an undefended goal. Mariano, look at the flags above the scoreboard to get a feel for the wind. This close in, however, he's probably not going to put a lot of power into this one. He just wants to get it to the goalpost since they're open. Wind up, a nice easy delivery. He's got to go. Mariano ties it at 2-all.
The activities at Bridgehampton Polo don't just happen. People work hard to make it happen. The man who works hardest is the managing director, Leighton Jordan.
It's good to be here. Glad to have you guys here on our final day of the 2001 season, our 7th year. And it is a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun and great rewards when you see great polo. You see this kind of crowd show up to see good polo.
We had some really exciting polo this year, better than I can remember.
It's nice when you have evenly matched teams. I think what happens, Bridgehampton becomes more competitive as the seasons go on because everyone wants to win either the Mercedes Cup or the Hampton Butler Cup. And when they build their teams, they work on getting the best teams. Mike Caruso, David Rubin, 2 local players who bring teams in over the years have gotten better and better at amassing a team. They've not done 20-goal polo before. So when they came here the first year, it's new to them. And every year they get better. They recognize what high goal players they work better with, what personalities work best, and it's horses, it's personalities, it's team building. And I think they've done a lot in raising the level, and that raises everyone else's level. So it's fun to see balanced teams, and you get close games. It's the best polo you can have.
Speaking of high goals, Leighton, what are your plans? What do you want to do with Bridgehampton Polo in the future?
Well, next year we're having a meeting very shortly in Greenwich, Connecticut, Greenwich Polo Club, which I am also director of. And we're bringing the Gold Cup, which is the second highest tournament in the country beside the America's Cup. And what we're doing is bringing it to Greenwich in September. And we're contemplating doing something here at 26 Gold in Bridgehampton. That's not been decided yet, but that would be a real coup to be able to have some of the preliminary games for the Gold Cup here and then have the finals over in Greenwich. And we're working on that. But there's a lot of consideration for the length of the season we have. Going from 20 to 26 gold polo, stabling, getting the public to come. We're allowed only 6 public games here in Bridgehampton, so I have to be cognizant of fulfilling my tournament I have, and then with 6 and maybe getting the town to give me some more if I can. So a lot of things going on. But that would be a lot of fun for next year.
Boy, I'd love to see that happen. It would be so exciting.
It's amazing. For the East Coast and for polo, it would be a great bonus. I mean, a lot of teams from around the East Coast would come to that because the Gold Cup, as I said, is one of the most sought-after tournaments. It's been played in Florida for years. I think Brant, White Birch has won it more than any other team during the 80s. I think he won it until 9 times. So it'd be great fun for all of us. And it would be based out of Greenwich and played here, we hope. I'm not going to promise anything right now, but if just maintain this level of polo and what we do here, we love. My goal, I'd like to have more. I'd be able to like to open up to more public to see these games, and the town's been very good to work with in trying to increase the numbers of spectators we're allowed to have here. There's nothing better than bringing this level polo to the people. I mean, when you get a chance to see this level polo anywhere in the country, it's very difficult to find it, so we're very fortunate to have it.
We've created that with the Hampton Clash with show jumping, and we have so many people from all over Long Island who come to watch that.
Yes, exactly, and that's what's fun. And what you've all done over there is absolutely first class, and we're doing the same thing. It takes years of people following and knowing about it, and we're just limited with the number of people, and that's my only thing. I would like to be able to publicize a little bit and get more people because it is something so great.
Speaking of numbers,
one of my 4 sons. So one of my 4 children, not 4 sons, Leighton Jr., who's been involved with polo since he was born, I guess. His mom and I came a lot, and I've been involved with polo since college and managing Saratoga
Yeah, when
Greenwich?
I was little, we came up here.
Yeah, like when I first started
Not
here,
really.
he came here. I have two more at home, 3-year-olds. And 3 years ago, I was sitting here with my cell phone waiting for my wife to call me to come home when they were being born. And they were born the 20th of August after our season.
Now, are they all as adorable as this one?
Well, Leighton right now, I've been watching him. He's enjoying tremendously what's going on under the tent. This is our Children's Day. We have cotton candy. We have s'mores.
Ice cream. I've been doing the s'mores, not ice cream, but...
And they have pony rides, and they have jumping, so it's a real fun kids' day, which we try to do every year.
Sounds as if you want to be a kid today.
Oh, I do, believe me. It's a lot more fun sometimes. As you said, it's a lot of organization going on, and it's fun to see the success and the people here. So,
Leighton, thank you so much for joining us and for explaining a little bit about how you organize Bridgehampton Polo.
It's fun, and I'm glad to have you here, and thank you again for sharing with more people and what we have going on.
I love it here. The sand, the water, and it reminds me of how precious our natural resources are here on Long Island and how we must preserve them for future generations. Simple steps like shutting off lights, turning down the air conditioner, and buying products with the Energy Star label, along with supporting the use of alternative energy sources, will help ensure a beautiful Long Island.
LIPA, the power of change.
So you want to get more out of life?
Take a bubble bath.
Smile more.
Fall in love.
Fall in love.
Run naked through the woods.
Visit your homeland.
Once in a while,
Come out and work.
read a book by Henry Miller.
Take a kid to a ball game.
Believe in a cause.
Do the lambada, the forbidden dance. And once in your life, it couldn't hurt.
Get a really cool car.
We're back to the throw-in. Ball comes down the middle. Struggle for it there. Pops out. Carlos Cressida's got a handle on it. He hits a backhand now to set it up going the other way, but White Birch jumps in on it with the interception. Mariano, look at that, sweeps the shot from underneath. The Malley gets tied up at his tack, then falls to the ground. Mariano trying to score another one. This is defended. You notice the players are 30 yards away this time. They'll try to nail that one. Boy, it's a hard line drive right down the middle. Flagger says, no, it's wide to the left. No good. The people in the end zone with the red flag help with the umpires to determine whether or not the ball goes between the uprights. And if they wave the flag down, it means no good. If they wave it over their head, it's good. Pretty simple rule, but easy to follow. Carlos Cressida playing ball control now. We got a tie ball game going into the end of the first. Carlos just tapping now to try to get it up to midfield. They'll want to get it to some point where they can have an advantage of the throw-in to start the next chucker. There's the pass coming down to Fabio. Fabio jumps around. Beautiful gray pony. His nice stick work. Now the horse kicks it forward out of his control. He gives him room, though. Fabio delivers. Can they do it before time? This is Carlos coming to it. Backhand, nice nacho, no good. We'll stop it right there. 2-2 after one. Give him a round of applause. 1 down and 5 to go.
I'm usually talking about polo, the sport, but there are other sports in this world. I'm joined by
Really?
one of the great people there, Bruce Jenner.
There is other sports, but let me tell you, my first polo match. This is my
Really?
This is my maiden voyage to polo. Okay, I've been just about to every sport there is in life. In fact, I just got off the golf course to sneak over here. But you know, I respect the athletic ability of these horses, and I think the horses are probably some of the great athletes in the world. You know, I mean, they're quick, they're fast, they're athletic looking. You know, it's really fun to watch them work.
And they're so trained.
Yes, so extremely well trained. Better trained than I was, actually, when I was competing for the games. At least they had more discipline than I had.
What are you up to these days, Bruce?
No, I work in the entrepreneurial world and have partners in a telecom company. I do a lot in the aviation business, a lot of speaking, corporate stuff, and plus I raise 10 children.
10?
Yeah, you need some? Yeah, we have a few teenage girls that are up for adoption, I think, at this point right now. But I've been dealing with these teenage girls for a long time, so I can handle them. But no, I've been very blessed. We have from 6 girls, 4 boys, from 22 to 4 now. Our 3-year-old turned 4 last week. So.
And where are you living?
I live in Los Angeles. You've heard of it. It's that other place, you know, it's on that other coast.
Oh.
Yeah, it's out there. It's kind of a big place.
Yeah, we never go there, though.
I know. No, actually, I came in because Rick Hilton and Kathy Hilton, who have a home here in the Hamptons, it was his 40-something birthday just last night. So we had this big party at the house, and we really had a wonderful time. We had a lot of great people there, had a lot of fun, and while I was there, one of your residents asked me to come out and play golf today with him, so I snuck out on the golf course our day, and then here I am hitting polo.
Bruce Jenner, you travel for parties and you travel for sports.
I do it all. When I go where my wife tells me to go. Yeah, that's how that works. Yeah, but no, Kathy and Rick Hilton are good friends of ours, and they spend the summers out here, so it's really great. It's a beautiful place.
Well, now that you've done it, will you return?
Yeah, I would love to come back. I grew up close to here. I'm a Westchester County kid. I was like born in Mount Kisco Hospital and lived in Tarrytown and Yorktown Heights. My dad worked out of White Plains, a little bit in Connecticut for the last couple of years of high school, and then moved slowly out towards California and been there ever since. But no, these are my old roots back east.
So you defected to the West Coast, did you?
I am one of those people that defected to the West Coast, yes, and we really live in a great area, so it's really quite nice.
Well, Bruce, I hope you come back and visit us at Bridgehampton Polo.
I would love to see you. I'm waiting for the next match.
Excellent.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
We're underway. Ball gets thrown in, and Mariano Aguirre picks it up for White Birch. Carlos Cressida is coming down to the white helmet. He'll try to back it. Mallets clash, and it gets knocked out of there by Fabio Denise. Peter Brand on the cleanup. He's on the gray horse as he brings it down along the boards by the tent. Peter Brand looks delivers a beautiful shot crossing midfield. Carlos is first there. He winds up, backs it the other way. Nevins then sends it back closer to the midfield mark. Neil Hirsch coming to it. He'll want to do a backhander here as well. He gets it under a bunch of ponies. It gets kicked forward by Mariano's horse, and then he delivers it against the boards. Nacho and Carlos come together. They're pushing and shoving, trying to get control of the ball, but it's 2 Rubin Group players that come in on it. Fabio Denise, he won the U.S. Open last April. This guy's an incredible player. 8 goals. Gives way to Carlos Cressida, another incredible player. He's at 9 goals. You can't get any higher than 10. Look at Carlos. He sends one down front. Mr. D's back there, though. Peter Brandt looks over his shoulder, winds up, cuts it underneath about 4 horses on its way to Nacho. But Carlos is there. He pushes him off of the line, which you're allowed to do, and then you can cross the field with it. Fabio Denise. Horse kicks it out of his way. He comes on the left side, still trying to make a turn with it. Then he cuts back to the right. He's trying to weave his way through some heavy traffic now. Fabio still coming. He's in front now, 5 yards out. Picked off by Mariano Aguirre right in front of the goal mouth, and then he delivers one down along the boards. Mariano gets hooked out of the play. Next set of players come through. Nacho picks it up. He's got one to go on. Nacho Figueres trying to evade the hook. Can't do it. Backed up by Carlos. Pony hits it forward. Carlos spins on it. Takes it the other way. Mariano just sat down on something sharp. Whistle. That'll stop the clock. Right at 5 minutes. Penalty shot for Carlos Cressida. He winds up. He's got one bounce and a roll, and it's in there. Another one for Carlos, and he breaks the 2-all tie as A.I.G. Rubin moves it up 3-2. We play 6 regulation chukkers of polo. They're 7 minutes long. The clock runs until you hear the whistle, and then the clock starts again when the umpire puts the ball on the ground or one of the players hits the ball. In this case, after the goal, the clock continues to run. Players collapse in on the ball. There's about 3 of them there all at once, and the umpire blows the whistle to stop that. Foul against White Birch. They'll back it up about 30 yards, spread out, find a man. Carlos Cressida will take the ball. His man's waiting downfield for him. Carlos is looking for an open guy. He sees Fabio. Fabio is between 2 green players. He'd like to hit to him, but he's going to hold on. Peter Brandt trying to defend him. Carlos cuts on the left side of him and brings the ball right up front. Knocks it out of the air. Still picks it up with his stick and is right there in front. Nacho tries the backhander. The ball's laying right there. Wind up delivered. A goal. Chris Nevins, his first goal of the afternoon. Throw in. Gets kicked out to the side. Mariano's got quick ponies. Boy, they jump right on that new line. There's the pickup by Carlos Cressida for Ruben. And the backhander bringing it back to midfield. And lots of players around the ball. Another whistle goes.
I usually keep away from politics and stick to sports, but once in a while there's an exception, and there's an exception sitting next to me.
Very
Angie Carpenter.
Michael, thank you very much.
Now, you are in the Suffolk County Legislature.
I am a member of the Suffolk County Legislature, represent the western part of Islip Town, and the good portion of the beaches that we know as Fire Island.
So you have a lot to do with the quality of our lives, don't you?
I think so. I would hope that I strive to do things for the better for the residents of the county and the visitors that come out here, and we've certainly got a lot out here today.
What kind of projects are you working on now, Angie?
Actually, right now I'm working on a project to have our financial experts do an economic analysis of the value of the beach economy to the overall economy of Suffolk County as far as tourism is concerned, and certainly an event like we're here today at Bridgehampton Polo Club is one of those key ingredients to getting tourists to come out here to this beautiful area that we know as Long Island.
Tourism is becoming a more important part of the economy, isn't it?
It certainly is. It probably is the biggest component of the economy. It's there's been an effort of the past few years to really market Long Island as a tourist destination, and it's really paid off.
So we'll have to share our beautiful beaches?
Well, to a certain degree, yes. But it's important to provide that public access so that when we want the funding to keep the beaches in place, the federal dollars to do things like an erosion control project, that we maintain that access to the public. Otherwise, it's very hard to get those federal and state dollars for those kinds of projects.
I think the beaches are such a wonderful asset, and I think everyone should be welcome.
I think so too, and you know, we probably have the most incredible beaches in all of the world, and I don't know if people really understand and appreciate that.
We also have lots of modesty, don't we?
Well, a good portion of modesty, but when you do have assets that you should be bragging about, I think we have a right to, and Long Island certainly is a beautiful spot. And out here today at Bridgehampton Polo is one of those special places and special events.
Angie, I'm glad you love our beaches so much, and I'm glad you love our community, and I'm so glad you're out there working for us all, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity.
Carlos Cressida takes the penalty shot. It's right at midfield. Now he's looking downfield to see if he sees an open man. You watch everybody. This game is one-on-one, so the players try to shake the defender to see if they can get open. Now Fabio goes around to back him up. Carlos trying to outrun 2 of the green players. Carlos still shuffling that ball. They've got a lead. There's the near side shot. No good. Another chance for Ruben, but it goes awry. That means White Birch takes over. Knock in. Peter Brandt takes his second shot as he sends it toward the boards. The pony helps him out a little bit as he kicks it on downfield. That's a good horse. We have an official timeout for the Bow Wow. We always ask everybody to bring your dogs to polo if you like. Have them on a leash, but you also have to hold on to the other end of that leash. Hey, he just wants to get in the game. Give him a break. All right, official timeout to recover the Bowser. Ball gets back on the ground. We're ready to go now. This is Mariano Aguirre, the real playmaker of this White Birch team. He delivers one out of the crowd and sends it way down in front of everybody. It's in with a flat zone, which is not close enough to the goal, and that's where Fabio Denise picks it up for the White Rubin team. Fabio runs it, hits one, a big air ball, goes up in the air. Lots of heights, but not the distance he'd like to have. Wow, picked up out of the bounce, and another whistle right at the bounce. Denise picks up the ball. He sends it, trying to get it to midfield now. Rubin Group still running it. Christopher Nevins. Nevins in front. He's about 80 yards out. The ball gets under his pony. He can't deliver on his next shot. Turning on the ball in front of an oncoming player is probably going to be the call. Most of these rules in polo are put in a book that's called the Blue Book, and the concept of that book is the safety of the horse. They want the horse to be protected at all times, so they don't like the idea of people hitting horses real hard or horses cutting in front of other horses or horses coming head-on at each other. So there's a huge volumes and volumes written about the safety of the game. Obviously, if you protect the horse, the player will be protected as well. Open goal penalty shot for Rubin Group. Can they move it up 5-2? Carlos Gracida says, you bet. He's got another one. Gracida makes it 5-2. Now, Rubin leads by 3 goals.
Today is Family Day at Bridgehampton Polo. We have lots of children, and now we have lots of children's clothes made by a company called Petit Patapon. Lisa Burke, tell us about the company.
Well, the company is a French company, and it's settled in Portugal. And our stores right now are in Connecticut. And the reason we're here today is because we were approached by Mr. London and asked if we would like to sponsor a Children's Day. And as we are a children's company and we contribute to children's charities, we found that this charity was for us, and this is why we're here.
Help USA.
Help USA, yes. Help USA.
What ages do you cover in your line?
We cover from newborn to 12 years old.
And is there a particular style to it, or a look, or a theme?
It's the French style that mixes French and American, and it's a mix of both. It's a mix of both, and just beautiful clothes. Beautiful clothes.
And are you having a good year?
Yes, we're having a good year. I mean, we're in Greenwich and Stamford and Scarsdale, and we're a destination store, so we have our customers who start from 0 and they grow up with us through 12 years old.
And they stick with you?
They stick with us. They do stick with us.
And then at 12 you launch them out into the world?
Well, actually, we only used to go up to 8 years old, but then we expanded 10 and 12 because there was a demand. But then we do launch them out because the designer Noelle Noit, she's done. She wants to stick within her realm, and that's what she likes to do.
Well, Lisa, the things I've seen are beautiful. Good luck to you, and good luck to the company.
Okay, thank you very much.
Back to midfield. They'll line up 1, 2, 3, 4 with an alleyway. There's the ball down on the ground. We're ready to go. Backhander is a tail shot from Fabio. Carlos Gracida comes in on the new line. He takes it on the near side. That's the left side of the horse. Then he delivers a short tail shot. Mariano Aguirre's there. He tries to deliver it forward, hooked out of it as he gets backed away. Fabio Denise is on this one. Fabio riding out front. Brandt backs one up, and he's going to get called for that one. Open goal. Carlos Gracida again. Winds up. Ball bouncing, rolling, going. In there! Right at the 30-second bell, Carlos Gracida bumps it to 6-2. Clock is ticking down. Umpires will try to get it underway before the bell. There's a horn. We'll stop it right there. A round of applause for these players today. Rubin Group leading White Birch 6-2.
Hey, have I got a deal for you?
Now you look like a smart shopper.
Excuse me. Now,
What do I got to do to get you to sign? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on!
Are you here to buy? Are you here to buy? Ah, forget you.
No, pardon me. I'm just finishing up with a customer here.
I have worked since I was 16. I had all these investments and money in the bank, but I felt like I didn't know where I was going. I have a 10-year-old, so I also have to protect her future. My goal was to protect what I have, but at the same time, make it grow. Now I know where I'm going. My advisor is always there when I need him.
How does that make you feel?
Oh, I feel comfortable. I can sleep well at night.
Energy conservation is important year-round, but especially during the summer months when electric demand is at its peak. That's why we're encouraging everyone to be part of our What's Going Down initiative this summer. Visit our website at lipower.org and we'll give you some great ideas about how to conserve electricity. Download our 53 Ways to Save Energy guide or even enroll in our energy-saving LIPA Edge program. Conserving together, we'll keep the power on all summer long.
LIPA, the power of change.
It's great to have you here at our last Saturday of the summer Mercedes Cup. This game is White Birch Green, and they're down by 4 goals. A dramatic first 2 chukkers for Ruben. Nacho trying to get something going for the green team. Mariano comes out of the pack. He nails one right down in front to the goal. Peter Brandt cuts to the outside, shoots it to goal. It's in there. Peter Brandt with a goal for White Birch. Back to the middle. White Birch scoring at the other end. Now they're going to the scoreboard. They got to get the ball first. Ruben picks it up. That's Fabio. Fabio sends a pass down to Carlos Cressida. Carlos gets bumped and pushed off the ball. You're allowed to run into the player as long as it's 45 degrees or less. And the horses are at the same height, speed, and condition. Backhander and another whistle to stop the clock. Clock now showing less than 6 minutes to go. We're at third chukker. That means at halftime, we'll ask you to help us out in putting back the divots. It's a great polo tradition. You actually get to go out on the polo field. And you can bring your dogs if you like, but put back the divots and make it a little smoother playing surface for everybody. This game will be on WVVH tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, Channel 85 here in Long Island. So tune in tomorrow night at 8. You might see yourself along the sidelines under the tent, but you'll get to see the game again as well. Peter Brandt's going to take the midfield shot. He's got a nice ball up in the air. That's going to bounce and roll inside the 60. Look at that pickup by Mariano Gary on the gray. Mariano delivers a shot. Player comes from the outside to hook. There's the ball. It gets cucked forward and then goes out of bounds on the right of the post. Tough break for White Birch. Beautiful setup shot by Brandt. But the ball had other ideas. From the 60, Mariano Giri. He's just walking to that ball nice and easy. Full swing, puts a hook on it, and then it goes left of the post, out of bounds. So 2 chances for White Birch in the last minute, and they can't capitalize on it. We'll still hold it at 6-3. Carlos Cressida, little half shot. Another half shot. He wants to evade the defender and still try to work that ball downfield as far as he can and still get a pass to a teammate. There's the ball. They switch off. He passes to Fabio. Fabio cuts it back toward the middle. Mariano Gary turns on it. Mariano for White Birch. Mariano's got a player on his right hip. He's going to try to outrun him to go. The ball down in the corner. You folks watch yourself on that side. We want to keep it in play there. Cressida sends it against the boards. Carlos turns the ball. Now he's going to try to outrun his defender. Carlos still coming for it. He's got one man out front. The other one's covered. Ball takes a bad hop right at the swing, and he has to leave it behind. Mariano comes in. Umpires say, hold on a minute. They'll blow the whistle. That'll stop the clock with about 4.5 minutes to go. 6-3, a commanding first half so far for the Rubin Group.
I have a weakness for the Glenlivet Scotch. Not only is it a terrific drink, but they have become major sponsors of polo. I'm joined by two representatives, Paul Russell.
Hey. Hi, how are you, Mike? Hey, Mike, it's great to see you. And we really miss Bridgehampton and you, and we look forward to a great match today.
Well, it's always delightful to see you back here. Now, where have you been? You've been up in the other circuits of polo?
Well, we started out at the Villages where Ron Allen, actually, we met Ron Allen there, and we started there and did a week-long match there, and then went down to Palm Beach. Then came up to Saratoga. We've been in Chicago. We've already been out to LA. We're going to go back out to San Diego. And right after this, the Scottish team comes in. We do a Glenlivet Cup with them. So Don and I have really been busy. And
Indeed it is. Very busy.
That's quite a schedule.
Yes, it is. Quite a schedule, Michael.
And of course, we miss Mr. Roy. I'm sure you do too. He's a great guy, and he says he's going to stay down in Palm Beach for a while.
Yeah, well, I've been legislating to bring Frederick back here.
I'm sure you have. But the weather's been a lot better this year than it was last year. We had a lot of delays, but we just did a Glenlivet Cup up in Saratoga. It was delayed for 2 days, but then it was a tremendous match, won in the last second. But,
now, who won the cup this year?
The Saratoga team got the cup. Sure did.
Paul, Don, thank you for joining us at Bridgehampton Polo.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you.
Carlos Cressida, first shot. Now he winds up. He's going to take a big hit at it. Still got room. Delivers a better shot this time. Into a big crowd of horses, however. Following it up is Nacho. Nacho to the boards by the tent, shuts down the pony, then he's going to sweep it counterclockwise. First shot comes right along the boards now. Carlos Cressida with a beautiful angled tail shot as he sends it over to Fabio. Fabio can't quite get there. Now it's Mariano Aguirre. Mariano to Nacho. Nacho can't get it. It comes off the heel of his mallet. And a foul. Carlos Cressida, he's dribbling. Now he's got room to hit the goal from way out there. He's going for it from 70 yards. It takes a bad bounce, but it's still on the field. Tapper, it's still in front. It didn't cross the goal line. Player turns around, sweeps on the ball. White Birch gets it out of there. Lucky break for them. Mariano's on the gray. He's trying to outmaneuver everybody on the run. Carlos comes in. He's 9 goals. He moves the ball just enough to stop him from getting to it. And then Fabio's there, and he tries to cut the angle back. Carlos Cressida jumps on the loose ball now. He's got 2 green players in front. A third one moving into position. He'll hold it up along the boards enough to find an open man now. Carlos Cressida. Carlos tries to cut the angle, but he's still got room to come to it. Ball goes into a big crowd right there. Fabio jumps on it, turns it, and a whistle. Peter Brandt takes the penalty shot. Wow, what a shot. That baby's going 120 yards by itself, and it's still rolling. Nice pickup by Aguirre. Mariano slides that pony on in there. He's still coming to the ball. He's right down the front, delivering the next shot. No! Oh, what a tough break for White Birch. A beautiful setup shot on the penalty by Brandt. Mariano jumps on it, and the next shot goes a little bit to the right. This game could easily be 6-all right now as we go down the last 2 minutes of the first half. Carlos always taking the knock-in for Rubin. This time he fakes him out and goes to his left. Fabio's there. No, not that Fabio. This is the Fabio Polo guy. He sends one to midfield. Carlos tells him to leave it, so Chris Nevins backs away from the ball and jumps in for the follow-up. Carlos comes strong. Peter Brandt's on the gray. He'll chase him to the corner. Carlos will try to get there in time to keep it on the field. There's his back shot coming right up by the front of the post. Look at that saving shot in there for White Birch as they send it along the back line and then deliver the shot out. That's Mariano Aguirre coming off the back line down to 40 yards out. He gets hooked out of the play, and it's sent back the other way by Ruben Group. Man goes in front. It's White Birch again. Nacho trying to get something going for him. Ball's in front. Aguirre's got it. Miss hit. Still reaching way out of the saddle to pick it up, and Carlos Cressita's there to steal it away for Ruben. Carlos to Fabio. Beautiful teamwork between these two guys today. Fabio with a deep angled shot. That's going to be too wide. It might stay on the corner. Let's see what happens. Nope, it's out of bounds. Less than a minute now. 6-3. Remember, we're going to give you some music if you'd like to go out and put down the divots. We've got about a 10-minute break here at halftime if you can help us out in putting the divots back today. Aguirre with a knock-in. Nacho coming hard. Nacho Figueres delivers a big ball way over the middle of the mark. He's coming on his own. He's out. Can he beat the clock now with a 30-second mark? 30-second bell. He's still got lots of time. He delivers a shot. Coming in. No. 4 times in the last 2 chukkers, White Birch has been down there, and the ball does not go between the green posts. Blue post. Have another drink.
Yeah.
Blue, green, out of
Some dark color.
Carlos Cressita. Carlos trying to get it way downfield, so they got an advantage at the throw-in for the second half. That's the horn. We'll stop it there. Give him a hand. Great first half. Ruben dominates. We'll get you some music now, and you can go out and put back the divots. We would really appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you in the way you look tonight. Yes, you're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you and the way you look tonight. With each word, your tenderness grows, tearing my fear apart. Touches my foolish heart. Lovely, never, never change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. And that laugh that wrinkles your nose, it touches my foolish heart. Lovely, don't you ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight.
What is it?
I don't know quite how to tell you this, but you've only got 40 years left to live. Maybe 45, 50 tops. You might want to get your things in order.
To enjoy myself first.
We've always made Jack Daniel's whiskey the way Jack Daniel himself prescribed back in 1866. And just one sip will tell you why. We always will. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey.
What?
Book your travel at Southwest.com and earn a free Rapid Rewards ticket when you fly just 4 round trips. It's the fastest way to a free ticket.
You are now free to move about the country.
Come on, hang out with me every day right here on WVVH-TV, Hamptons Television.
There's a great saying in polo that says 70% of the game is this animal, the horse. You can learn how to ride, you can learn how to hit the ball, you can even learn the intricate strategy of how to play polo. But if you don't have one of these great animals under you, you're in a lot of trouble. When you're looking for a good polo horse, first thing you look for is the eye. They have to have a kind eye. What people are saying about that is that the horse obviously doesn't have any fear here. He's not real wide. He's quiet and he's calm and he knows when to fire up, get ready for the ball game. Now, the other thing you look for is the height of the horse. We measure polo horses by the hands. This would be one hand, and you would start down here at the hoof, then you'd work your way up to the top of the withers. A typical polo pony is about 15-1. That'd be 15-1 or 15-2 hands, a hand and a half up to here. The important thing of the horse is the strong chest. This is part of what is going to get him to make all the motion that he needs to do to stay up in the game. Then the other important thing, you notice here how fit this horse is. This horse is not skinny. He's really in great shape, probably carrying about 10% body weight. And this is what we call the thoroughbred tuck, where the stomach actually comes up underneath. Then the key is the motor back here, these hind quarters. It's real important that this horse has thick, powerful muscles in the back. That's what keeps you and the horse in the game and what makes a great polo pony.
We're at halftime in a pretty exciting game. Ron Allen, what's happened?
Well, I'll tell you what, Ruben has blown him out in the first half. To my surprise, Carlos Cressida and Fabio Denise are playing like this. I mean, they're clicking like a team, and they've got full control of the middle. And I think those players that are sitting under the tent at halftime with the green shirts on that say White Birch, they're really rethinking their strategy now, because they've got to figure out a way to break that offense up and have somebody get the ball to Mariano to get something going. They had 4 scoring opportunities in the last 10 minutes. That would be the full third chukker and part of the second. 4 of them that went wide by, inches, a foot or so.
Yeah, that's certainly one of the highlights of the first half, the lack of activity by Mariano.
Yeah, it is, and I think, White Birch is always a second-half team. I mean, their horses are strong, and they always bring out the big ones, for the second half of the show. Mariano, he seems, he's a 10-goal player, and he plays 8 goals for half a game, and then he goes, okay, now I'm ready to play. So you don't know what he's got up his sleeve for the next half,
Right, including the last second of the last chucker.
That's right. We've seen that happen here before, too, so don't count them out.
Any predictions?
Yeah, it's a beautiful day, and whoever has the most goals is going to win.
They're highly motivated, both those teams, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. There's too much at stake. We talked at the beginning of the show. You know, this is a short tournament, and when you have a tournament that only lasts 3 weeks, there's only so many games you can play. You lose 2 games and you're out of it. So everybody's motivated out there.
This is the glory of polo.
Yeah, it is. What a sport.
Thanks, Ron.
All right. Ready to go. 3 more chuckers. It's 6-3, much to the surprise of White Birch. White Birch notoriously has been a second-half team where they bring out more power, stronger, tougher ponies. We'll see what happens in the next 21 minutes on the polo field. Umpire fires the ball down. It's on the ground, coming out. It's Mariano. Mariano winds up, hits the ball into a crowd of ponies. There's the backhander for Ruben Group. Mariano again cuts a little outside shot. Ruben Group decides to run one. Nevins, second shot, gets away from him. Aguirre backs it up. Backhander by Denise. Picked up off the line beautifully by Nacho Figueres, former polo announcer turned polo professional. Nacho takes a big hard bump from Nevins. Hangs in there. Ruben Group with Carlos Gracita sends it the other way. Peter Brandt takes it away from him, sends a pass back to Mariano in the crowd. Mariano sweeping a shot way back out of the saddle. He's got room to cut one right here in front. Coming to it, pops in the air, right there. Go! Mariano Aguirre for White Birch. Carlos Gracita on the gray. Cuts a shot out front. He's found his teammate. This is Fabio Denise. These guys have been clicking well together. He's from the left side of the horse trying to pick it up. The horse kicks it in front, helps him out. Look at the pony dancing over that ball for him. Then he leaves it behind. Nevins comes through the crowd. He delivers a shot. It's still in front. White Birch takes it away. Now a scramble for it. Aguirre comes out and clears the ball. Aguirre from the left side. He's in a huge crowd. Takes the bump from Gracita. Still hits the ball. Now it's Nevins. Chris Nevins trying to get his horse cranked up to go. Chris Nevins is to the left of the goalpost as he comes through the line. The whistle stops the clock at 4:30 with a buried ball. What happens is the hoof of the horse oftentimes can step on that ball, and if the ground is soft, it actually just drills it right to the ground. So they'll have to dig it out and then pick it up, and we'll do a throw-in out of there. Did you know that children and families are making up the fastest-growing segment of the homeless population in the U.S.? There are 600 families in shelters now nationwide. Help USA is here today. They can help. Carlos Gracita, he's on the gray. He's trying to make a turn with it. Brandt gets on the inside of him and hooks the mallet. Look at this. Mariano Aguirre goes to the pony, shifts him into high gear. He's bringing it along the boards now. Mariano with a beautiful shot. Carlos is on the outside on the gray. Mariano makes the turn now. A little bit of an angle. Carlos waiting for him. He's going to try to bump him. There's his shot to goal. It is a whistle. A whistle stopping the clock with Mariano's run to goal. We'll see how they sort that one out. Penalty one for White Birch. That's an automatic goal to make it 6-5. Now we'll have a throw in just a few yards out from the back line, again to the advantage of White Birch if they can only get the ball. They're trying to attack it in front. Aguirre's sweeping in on it. Carlos Gracita's right there trying to hook him out of the play. Fabio's got a handle on it. Carlos comes back. Now he hits a back shot. That bounces and comes right back toward the goal mouth. Now Ruben's got a chance. Fabio clears the man of the ball, and he brings it up to midfield. Fabio riding his pony hard. Mariano trying to catch him. They both arrive at the ball at the same time. There's the hook. Nevins jumps in on the line. He delivers a pass down to Fabio. Fabio's alone from 40 yards at an angle. One tapper. Next shot coming. Go! Fabio Denise. Back to a 2-goal lead. It's 7-5. Here's the bowl in. White Birch got room to hit it. Aguirre on the bounce, delivers a nice ball. He's got two white jerseys in front, though, so he says, heck with you guys, I'm going for it from out here. Way up a sky ball. Flagger says no, it's wide right. 7-5. White Birch definitely coming back. They got within one. Now they trail by 2 with 2.5 minutes in the fourth period. Carlos Gracida shoots it in front of the White Birch goalpost. Still delivering. Now he overrides. Nevins comes back to it, but he can't go to the line because he would foul, and he perhaps fouled anyway. Let's see how they sort this one out. The rule in polo is not to cross in front of the oncoming player. And if two players are coming to the ball at the same time, one gets the left side, one gets the right side. Somebody had asked about the polo field. It's 160 yards between the red boards, and then between the blue goalpost, it's 300 yards. That takes up about 9 football fields. Foul against Green. Foul against White in favor of Green. This is one of those rare opportunities where you can actually tee up the ball just to find a little bitter spot of grass there where you can get a little more mallet underneath it to get it up in the air. And the reason for that is because there are 2 defenders in front of the goalposts, and then there are 2 defenders between the goalposts. When he swings, they're allowed to go into action to try to intercept or steal the ball away. Mariano is going to do it at a walk. He's got a wind blowing from left to right. He taps it. If he gets too crowded, he could get another foul, but he deserves a shot of the air. And it's in there, right over the shoulders of Fabio Denise. Mariano Aguirre gets a goal to make it 7-6.
I'd like to introduce Vered, who owns an art gallery in East Hampton, who gets to most social events, and who very often winds up dancing the night away with me.
Oh, Michael, we certainly do. And many of the social events have been taking place at my gallery in East Hampton. And the Vered Gallery, as you know, we support a lot of causes, the OAF and the Heart Foundation, and we just did something for Fabergé, and we did something for Cartier for the Grand Slam. That is going to be the games are at September 15th. So we're going on. We also here in the winter when we have a little less parties but a lot more going.
How is the season going for you?
Oh, it's absolutely fabulous. And what I think we were a little worried about all the prediction and all this nonsense. The truth is, what I feel is probably people always say, well, now that they lost in the stock market, they said, why didn't we have this de Kooning? Why didn't we buy this Matisse? And we could have had it instead of having some stock that maybe make money for us, maybe not, but we never look at it. You know, in the same token, you have a piece of art, you have a Chagall, you look at it in the morning, you say, you felt, if you know the word, but you say, I own it. It's so wonderful, and it can always make money for you. While the stock market, yes, maybe no, but you cannot wake up in the morning and look at a piece of paper that is in the vault and say, oh, it's wonderful.
Are you finding good quality art on the market now?
I'm always working very hard to find the good quality art. It's never easy. And it is difficult. But that's what my business is. I have the Vered Gallery in East Hampton for 28 years. 28 years. Remember, Michael, when we were babies?
I remember that.
So 28 years, and it gets easier to find the good art because I'm out there, and a long time, and people know me, and they trust me, and they can give me the paintings to resell or the photographs. I also know where it is because I've sold it. So it takes a lot of knowledge. The clients I have, it's to get the good material to buy, to sell to them. It's like more difficult, probably.
Vera, you have a wonderful reputation. Thank you for joining us at WVVH TV.
It's always great, and I watch you at night when I get home. I'm sorry I get home about 12 o'clock, and that's when I watch and see what's happening. If I ever miss anything, I have to know. Thank you.
Back to midfield, 150 yards in each direction. Aguirre has got it again. Mariano Aguirre, the playmaker on this White Birch team. He sets one up. Fabio pushing him out of there. You're allowed to push on the other guy as long as you don't stick your elbows out there. It gets to be close quarters. Fabio backs the ball. Mariano intercepts. Mariano then overrides his next shot. Picked up quickly by White Birch. Nacho delivers his shot. He's got a goal. Nacho Figueres ties it up at 7-all. Not only can he announce polo, he can play the darn game. Down to a minute to go. White Birch looking like a much different team in this fourth period compared to the first three. Nacho changes out horses. You're allowed to do that, but they don't stop the game for that unless there's a horse injury. Nacho's on it with the fresh gray pony. He delivers a shot downfield. Nacho is going to be wide to the right. He gives himself room to hit. There's the next shot coming around. He'll come back to that ball. Come down. There's a bell and a whistle at the same time, and probably not a goal. Rubin Group takes over. They're in the white. 20 seconds to go. Carlos Gracita overrides. He's the only man back, so he's still just trying to hang on to the ball. Carlos Gracita pops him. Carlos opens the pony up. Mariano's there. He cuts the ball back. Nacho turns to the new line. He hits the ball. We'll stop it right there. We have played 4. We're tied up at 7-all. Brand new ball game when we started up. Give him a hand. This is a great game.
Goal. Nacho Figueres ties it up at 7-all.
Yeah, that White Birch.
Not only can he announce polo, he can play the darn game.
Everyone here at WVVH has worked very hard at Bridgehampton Polo. Now that it's our final Saturday, what do? Go on to more hard work at the Hampton Classic. Ernie Shimizi, you organize all this. Tell us about it.
Thank you, Michael. My pleasure. We're going to be starting live coverage from the Hampton Classic starting Sunday, August 26th, and running to Grand Prix Sunday, which is September 2nd. And every afternoon from 1 to 5, we're going to be broadcasting live on WVVH. And then we're going to have a nighttime special from 8 to 10 and a morning special from 8 to 10. So all told, we're going to be doing about close to 50 hours of Hampton Classic coverage. And this year, something very exciting, which you're part of. We're going to be broadcasting the great chefs of Long Island. And that's a new feature that we're doing, as well as all of the great equestrian coverage of the Hampton Classic.
Well, the equestrian part is important, but so is the gastronomic part.
It sure is. And we're the local TV station here in the Hamptons, and we're very proud of what we do. And we're proud of this event, which you've done such a fabulous job these 6 weeks. And now we're gluttons for punishment, so we're going to be on for 8 days of 8 hours a day of television coverage. So stay tuned, and stay tuned to see more of Michael.
Thank you, Ernie.
Thank you, Michael.
WVVH Television once again invites you to the annual Hampton Classic Horse Show. for a glorious week of the best in show jumping, attracting the finest riders and the greatest horses in North America. An invitation to watch up close a sport graced with style, power, and beauty. An invitation to celebrate the champions of this sport competing in one of the world's most glamorous and prestigious events, the annual Hampton Classic. Set amid the splendor of the Hamptons, the nation's celebrity playground. From the opening days, the World of the Horse, to Kids' Day, the Hampton Classic is a sublime summer tournament ending in Sunday's grand finale, the Crown Royal Grand Prix, presented by David Yeoman. The Hampton Classic, excitement and pageantry, and family fun for one and all. Watch WVVH all week for up-to-the-minute reports. We're proud sponsors of the Hampton Classic.
I love it here. The sand, the water, and it reminds me of how precious our natural resources are here on Long Island and how we must preserve them for future generations. Simple steps like shutting off lights, turning down the air conditioner, and buying products with the Energy Star label, along with supporting the use of alternative energy sources, will help ensure a beautiful Long Island.
LIPA, the power of change.
Whether you are looking for a total work environment or a combination of business and relaxation, Gurney's Inn Resort, Spa, and Conference Center will provide you with the best of both worlds. Our experienced conference staff will ensure your business gathering will run without a hitch. We have your business solutions. Contact our conference center now.
Since I rarely cross the Shinnecock Canal, I'm always thrilled when we have visitors from far-off lands. I'm joined by a friend, Maria Helena, who's here from Rio de Janeiro. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Now, how did you get from Rio to Bridgehampton?
Oh, that was a long trip, but you know, we gotta be here. We gotta be here. It's wonderful.
It's a good event, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great event. So nice, nice people, having fun.
Great. Have you gotten to watch much of the sport yet?
Yeah, I used to live in Argentina, so there's a lot of good polo players from Argentina. Yeah, I enjoy polo.
Are you visiting New York, or are you living here now?
I live in New York. I've been living in New York for a year now, yeah. I love it.
It's a great place.
Yeah, it's the right place to be.
And you'll stay for a while, or no plans?
No plans yet. Who knows? Hopefully, yeah.
Well, I hope you'll always come back to Bridgehampton no matter where you are.
Thank you. I'll come back.
Maria Helena, thank you for joining us at Bridgehampton Polo.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
All right, we're underway. Umpire throws the ball in. These players are coming out on some tough ponies now. This is some of the better in this string. Superman Nevins backs it up. Peter Brandt sends it the other way. He's on the gray pony, one of his favorites. Look at Mariano Aguirre, leans out of the saddle, strokes a beautiful neck shot. Lots of distance, but the angle's a little bit off by about 10 degrees. So that goes out of bounds. Rubin Group takes over. They're in the white. They have led the entire match until Nacho nailed that last goal at the other end. Carlos Cressida, cool, calm, and collected. This guy is as smooth as they get. Carlos just working along the boards. Opens it up to midfield. Great hit by this guy. He's such a phenomenal player. Nevins comes to it. Christopher Nevins. He's got room. They're trying to catch him. They got two white players in front. Nevins delivers a goal. Christopher Nevins. Great play. They were playing him pretty loose on defense. Carlos saw him standing out there in midfield, delivered a huge hit about 130 yards. Nevins then jumped on it and took it the rest of the way by himself. Mariano pops one right into the crowd. Fabio Denise is there. Peter Brandt, nice quick pony. He goes left, then dances right back to the right again, and Brandt cuts the tail shot. Off the stick of Fabio Denise. Denise sends it on downfield. He's in midfield with it. Follow-up by David Rubin. Rubin puts it right down in front. There's Mariano Aguirre waiting. Mariano puts an angled shot on it. Brandt is there. He reaches out of the saddle and cuts it the other way, but Carlos Gracita steals the line from him. Gracita shuts it down, comes back with it. Gracita heading for the scoreboard. His team's got a one-goal lead. He'd like to get an insurance goal here, but Aguirre, Nacho backs it up to Peter Brandt, and Peter Brandt sends it downfield. This is Mariano Aguirre. Backhander off the bouncing ball. Denise delivers it to the back. Nacho Figueres picks it up for White Birch. Nacho and Fabio coming at it. Horses leave the field. That's why we've got this white fence up. Carlos Gracita. Carlos in a crowd. Ball gets cut back toward the boards. Carlos fakes the backhander, comes along the boards, then cuts it underneath. Look at this nice pickup. Whoops, we could have had a foul there. These guys are playing tough. This is a good chance for you to see them up close and personal. Umpires confer almost through osmosis sometimes. They look at each other and they kind of have the idea, and they both agree on this one. So Green will give it up. Carlos Gracita gets it for Ruben Group. Carlos takes a tapper. Field spreads out. He's got two greens on his right. He tries to deliver in a hole in the middle. Mariano's there. Nacho takes a hard bump. He can't get it. Mariano goes for the hook and then flips the ball right back the other way. Mariano Aguirre running for it. Fabio trying to catch him. Mariano delivers a shot. Now we've got a horse race. These ponies are cooking at 35 miles an hour. Carlos puts the brakes on the horse. He comes to it. Whistle will stop the clock. Mercedes Cup at Bridgehampton, our last Saturday of the summer. Don't forget the game's on tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. You want to see it again. 8 o'clock on WVVH. Fabio is going to take the penalty shot. Pony striding. He's got a big, powerful shot up over the scoreboard and crash. Whoops. Sorry about the windshield, sir. 9-7 now. We're less than 3.5 to go in the fifth chukker. 9-7. At midfield, Horton Schwartz puts it on the ground. It's Mariano again. This guy's touched the ball probably more than any player out there today. He is a playmaker for White Birch. Man comes from the outside, tries to sweep the hook on him, and Mariano says, heck with you, I'm going for the go. He delivers one. It had distance, but took a bad hop to the right and went over the line. Two and a half now left in the fifth period. Carlos. Ball's rolling up toward the midfield line. Ruben Group picks it up. It'll cross midfield there with Fabio on it. Look at this horse, man. He's dancing and prancing. Beautiful pony. Fabio then is called off of it by Carlos. Carlos scoots it on downfield. Peter Brandt is on his left hip to defend. Carlos hooks the next shot out to his teammate. There's Fabio coming to it and a whistle. Just about 10 yards from goal, they whistle a dead ball there. So let's see what they call this one. 2 minutes now in the fifth, 2 to go.
This is polo, but we also get show jumpers here. One of the very best, an old friend, Debbie Felstein.
Oh, how flattery will get you everywhere. No.
Debbie, how's show jumping going for you this year?
Well, I'm having a wonderful time.
the
I
party
showed
is
in
about to
Lake
get underway.
Placid and
Don't
in
leave,
the
don't head
Head
to the
Show
parking
in the
lot, don't do
Catskills, and
anything.
I'm
The players
looking
are
forward
coming
to the
back.
Hampton
We'll do
Classic,
a trophy
the adult
presentation
jumper ring.
between the boards and the white fence here in just a
And
few
I'm
minutes.
very
We want the
excited.
players to get a chance
And I'm
to get off
excited
their
to be
horses.
here at the
We'll bring
polo.
all the teams down
What do you
here.
think
We're
about
looking at
polo
the
as a
field and
sport?
so
It's a difficult
no matter where
sport,
you
isn't
are,
it?
be sure and stick around
Difficult.
for the coaches.
I've taken a few lessons, and it is so frightening. I mean, it's fun though, but you really need to be careful. I mean, these guys are incredible, you know. And I think this event is just so much fun, you know.
Debbie, you're also an entrepreneur, and I know you're involved with equestrian themes.
Well, I have a new product line of snow domes, musical domes with music and little moving movements, and I'm working on an equestrian theme, and I should have the samples soon, and I'm going to show them to you first, and hopefully I can, you know, it will be something that will be very saleable and as a promo in the equestrian industry, which if it takes off the way I think it'll take off, it will be something that people will want.
What's in this dome?
It's sort of like the snow domes with the cities in Saks and Lord & Taylor and in Macy's, and they have little icons of horses moving around with the music, which will be Radetzky's March, which I'm putting in the jumper dome. And I'm going to have a hunter jumper dome, a dressage dome, and I have the racetrack dome. And then we can customize those domes for cities. So, not for cities, I'm sorry, for different horse shows. So we could have Lake Placid Horse Show, Hampton Classic hits, you know. And I think that could be very exciting. With the field, the little, you know, jumping field, generic, instead of a generic field, you know, specific for that particular horse show.
Debbie, join us at the Hampton Classic and bring one of these along, please.
You're going to be the first person I'm bringing you to, and you're going to direct me and advise me.
Well, I won't direct you how to ride because you do that too well.
I'm working on it. I'm in the early stages of riding, as my trainer Ann said. Debbie, you're doing well, but you're at the very, very beginnings. And I said, yes, Ann, I know that, and I do know that, and I just enjoy it so much. It's something in my life there. I can't even explain how wonderful a sport, show jumping, and just being around horses. It's a wonderful thing that I started later in life. I'm sorry. I'm glad I'm you know, around it. I would have liked to have done it earlier.
Debbie Feldstein, an accomplished equestrian, thank you for joining us at WVVH at Bridgehampton Polo.
Thank you, Michael. It was so nice seeing you.
This is Peter Brandt, captain of the White Birch team on the gray horse. He brings it upfield. Pony kicks it. He just turns around, straightens it out a little bit. And he's going to try to get it back toward the tent. Brandt's coming for it. Carlos Garcia gets behind him. Brandt's now decided to get the pony racing as he finds Mariano Aguirre. Mariano looks over his shoulder. Look at that pony accelerate. He tries to cut the angle to him, and he can't. Nacho's there for the follow-up. Nacho delivers one. That'll center it up right at midfield, center field. Then Brandt will try to get it back there. Mariano can't back it up. Players scramble for it. Ruben Group comes out with it. Ruben Group again. Carlos Cressida. He's going to try to get it up to the center of the field. Fabio sweeps down to get it, and a whistle goes. Clock showing 1:16. We play 6 chukkers. So there'll be one more after that, and then if it's a tie, we'll have a regulation game end, and we'll go to sudden death for a 7th chukker. Auction is still underway. There's still time, but not a lot of time. Check out the items and sign up at the silent auction. Mariano up in the air. He's got another one. It's 9-8. White Birch keeping it close with about a minute left in chukker 5. Back to midfield. The umpire holds his arm up so the players know where the throw-in is going to take place. This is Peter Brandt, who picks it up right off the ground and delivers another shot. Carlos Cressida's there. He bumps him. And a whistle. This is for the tie. Mariano Aguirre from 60 yards out. It's a defended goal. The white Reuben group will line up in front of the goal mouth. Mariano's going to walk it in from there. Is he going to one-time it or tap it? Let's see. There's the tapper. He's got to get around 4 white jerseys to make it happen. He's around 3 of them already. There's the shot on goal. Gets kicked by Carlos's pony. 30-second bell goes. White Birch cannot capitalize to make the tie off of the penalty shot. And Fabio Denise is running hard to the ball. Now he checks down. He's waiting for somebody to pass to. He sees Carlos, and he cuts a shot perfectly set up at the middle of the field. Carlos comes to it. He's got an angle. He delivers the ball. There's Nacho. Nacho backs it out there nicely on the defense. Clock ticking down now, working against both teams. They're trying to turn it. Whistle. There was a whistle right before the horn, so they'll add 5 seconds to the clock. Play is underway. Only 5 seconds now that they added to the clock. There's the horn. We'll stop it almost at midfield. Give him a hand. We've got 1 to go. 9-8. Reuben Group leading by 1 over White Birch.
I'm happy to be joined by an old friend, a lovely friend, Denise Rich.
Hello, hi. I'm so happy to be here. This is my first polo of the season.
We've missed you, Denise.
Yes, I've been in Italy and France. It's beautiful over there, but I couldn't wait to get back and come to the last polo.
Tell me about your trip.
It was just really beautiful. I chartered a boat with some friends, and we were off, and then we went to France and south of France, Italy. And you get that Mediterranean tan that you don't get here.
You look fabulous.
Thank you very much. But it's really great. There's nothing like the Hamptons, so...
Well, you missed some great polo. The sport has been terrific this summer.
Yeah, I was speaking with Neil Hirsch today, and he was really excited about it. He's like, White Birch, White Birch. But I think that Lauren London, they do a great job. She and Miss Sure, they do a fabulous job.
So are you back on the party circuit?
Sort of. I'm kind of low-key. I'm going to be out here in the Hamptons, stay out here until September, because it's just so beautiful. I'm not ready to go back and fight the city yet.
Well, September is the best here.
Yes, the September is beautiful here. It really is. And no matter where you go in the world, there's just nowhere like the Hamptons. It's hard to describe. It's so beautiful. Just getting in the car and on my bicycle, going through the potato fields.
Now, Denise, excuse me, beside your songwriting and all your activities, you're very involved with the foundation that you set up in honor and memoriam for your daughter.
My daughter, yes, in memory of my daughter, Gabrielle, who passed away in '96. We've had 2 really successful events. We rose $3 million the first year, and I think close to $4 million last year, and not this year, but next year we're going to be doing a big event. This year we're doing something called Diamonds and Denims. In November, I believe it's the 16th of November. I'm not sure about the date, but it's in November, and we're doing it at Planet Hollywood. So it's going to be really great, and it's to raise money for cancer research.
How do you distribute this money?
The money goes, well, we've got 8 ongoing projects right now that are conventional, and also a few that are integrative projects. And they're young researchers that we fund them for 3 years, and they're supposed to go to clinical trial in 3 years. And so far we've had great success with them and been doing really good with the research. So it's also a lot of awareness. I think it's very important because it's becoming more and more due to environment, due to just nobody really knows why. There's so much cancer now. Haven't you found that there's almost no one that I know that hasn't been touched by cancer? So, and I think that cancer and AIDS are also very similar in the sense leukemia, which is the disease that my daughter passed away from, is a blood disease, and leukemia and AIDS, I believe, have a lot in common, and I just think that if you find a cure for one, it's going to help find it for the other one. So I support a lot of AIDS organizations too.
Denise, bring me up to date on your music and your career.
Well, I'm very excited because I just have a new song that I wrote with Luther Vandross called You Really Started Something.
Wow.
And it's on his album now, his new album that just came out. So I'm hoping it's going to be a single and it's going to be a big dance hit.
Sing me a few words.
You really started something, oh yeah, you really started something. You really started something.
I love it. Now I'm going to make you dance for us.
Okay. Yeah, I've been dancing last night a lot, so.
Denise, it's always so much fun when you visit us.
Thank you very much. Bye. Great to be here with you. Thanks.
We've always made Jack Daniel's whiskey the way Jack Daniel himself prescribed back in 1866. And just one sip will tell you why. We always will. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey.
Long Island. It stretches 120 miles out into the Atlantic and goes to great lengths to get you to come out more. Call for a free Long Island travel guide. Call 1-877-FUN-ON-LI and come out to see us. We'll leave a light on.
One of my traditions at Bridgehampton Polo is an annual interview with Anand John.
Pleasure to be back.
Anand, you're a very talented young designer. Bring me up to date on what's happened since last summer.
Well, I've become a year older, for starters, and made it through.
You're not looking any older.
I know. Thank you. But very excited because we're getting ready for our Spring 2001 collection, 2002 actually, which is going to happen September 9th for Fashion Week. So we're really focused on that, and I'm also working on a movie, co-wrote a film about fashion, so fun things going on, at least not boring, so.
Now tell me about the movie. It's a documentary?
No, it's an actual feature film. It's about the dark side of fashion, which has not been revealed yet. So I think why not? We're in the industry, might as well go in there, having fun with that. But the show is the focus, which is coming right up, and we just expanded to Europe this year, so having fun with that.
And are you still working with those beautiful fabrics?
Yes, absolutely. But we're getting much more international. We're working with a lot more mainstream collections as well. So within the next year, I want to launch a ready-to-wear collection. That's our whole goal. Yeah.
And the family's still involved?
Yes, absolutely. My mom's still the big boss, so we're staying focused on that. So still answerable to the same two people, Mom and God.
Anand, thank you for joining us once again.
We hope to be back again next season.
Good to see you.
Take care.
All right, ready to go. What might be the last chukker of the summer polo season at Bridgehampton underway here for Saturday afternoon. Picking up the ball, Nacho Figueres. Nacho can't deliver on his second shot as the ball hops right over the top of his mallet. Mariano's there, but not before. It's backed up by Ruben Group. Carlos Gracita picks up the pass. Carlos on the gray, cuts a neck shot down in front, and he finds Fabio right there. These guys have been trading back and forth on the 1 and 2 position. Fabio still hangs on to the ball. Fabio runs it down the side. No one to pass to out front. Peter Brandt is back to defend. Ruben Group comes through for the ball. Now a whistle to stop the clock at 6:20. He's videotaping this game. It'll be on Channel 85 at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Foul on Reuben Group. White Birch with a chance. Mariano takes the penalty shot, but it's Fabio Denise. It's there to turn it. Fabio flips it in the air, fakes a big shot, and holds the ball. He's in heavy traffic now, but he's still holding onto the ball. Fabio reaching way out of the saddle, still connected to the pony. He and Mariano battle back and forth for the ball. Mariano trying to win it. Now he can't get it. Peter Brandt gets it out of the crowd and sends it down to midfield. Mariano ready to pop and run with a big one. That's an 85-yarder, still bouncing and rolling another 20. Fabio bumps him off the line. Mario reaches back, still delivers a shot to goal and a whistle. These guys are playing tough out there. We're going to have to sell seat belts for the chairs next year. It's getting so tight. Pressure penalty shot. It's an open goal. This can tie the game. It's Mariano Aguirre who will take it. He's walking to the ball, full swing. It's down the middle. He's got to go. Mariano Aguirre ties it at 9-all at the 5:30 mark. Once again, it's a brand new ball game. Now it's down to the best horses and the luckiest shots, because these guys will be all over each other. Major defense coming up here. Ball is in play. It goes to the back. Fabio pushes it forward. He gets bumped by Mariano. Now there's a whistle to stop the play. Too many penalties in this last few minutes could be very costly. Umpires talk it over. They go to the third man. Third man says no foul. So that means we'll have a throw in right where the ball was sitting when they blew the whistle to stop the clock. We're underway. Carlos hits it. It gets kicked to the outside. Carlos will come back to it. Carlos Cressida, 9 goals. You can only get to 10, and there's only about a dozen of those in the entire world. Carlos winds up. Carlos gets past Nacho. He's way wide to the right. Can he deliver an angled shot? There it is, coming. Carlos Cressida! Wow, what a play. Deep angle near the back line from about 40 yards to the right of the post, breaking the tie to go 10-9 to Reuben Group at 4:30 left in the game. Now it's back to midfield. White Birch will want to get that ball as quickly as possible. Umpire wants a straight lineup. This eats up time on the clock. Nobody wants that at this point. So he blows the whistle to stop the clock. Now they'll start it again. The ball's in play. Mariano. Mariano coming back to it. Carlos Cressida. Fabio Denise has it. Fabio, he cuts it to the right. Mariano cuts him off on the outside. Fabio's almost off of the horse. He still hangs in there. Incredible hitting and riding skills of these guys. Peter Brandt is loose. Peter Brandt picks one up, tries to get his second shot out of the air. Can't do it. Carlos is there to take it back the other way. Defense is tight. Look at everybody matched up. It's one-on-one. Carlos again. This time he'll let loose of one. Fabio comes back the other way. Tries to straighten out the line and send it the other direction. Again off the cane. Now he picks one up. He's got Mariano right on his hip. He's going to deliver from the outside. It's going to go wide. No good. Fabio Denise going for an insurance goal late in the game. He can't get it. So we're down to 3 minutes now. White Birch, 300 yards to make the tie. Players change horses, but the clock continues to run. Mariano switches horses, comes back on a fresh pony to go the other way for the last 3 minutes. Mariano, he's got a pony. Oh, and a bad hop on his swing. Nothing he can do about that. Carlos cuts it back the other way. Nobody from Reuben Group can get to it. Peter Brandt backs it up. He's been tough on defense today. Carlos from the outside. Carlos coming to the ball. Mariano sweeps in. Nacho cuts it away. Nacho saves it for White Birch for the moment. Carlos again. He's going to try to get it out of traffic. Mariano's all over him. Carlos breaks away from him. However, at the last second, he's trying to drag one to goal from the outside. He hooks it in the air. Go! Carlos Cressida! This is Mariano. Very important pressure goal from 60 yards. Wind up. Sky ball rockets way up toward the scoreboard. Officials look and say, no, it's wide. Two officials on horseback and a flagger on the ground. The three of them agree the shot went wide to the right. Ruben Group gets the ball back, but it's Mariano Aguirre who steals it away. Mariano's coming to go. Fabio's chasing him. Mariano trying to pop one right there from the corner. It's back by the line, and it's cut away. Saved by Ruben Group. Now we're down to less than a minute. White Birch in a battle just to stay alive now. Ruben Group playing ball control, trying to eat up some time. Ball is left behind. David Rubin delivers down the line. Nacho sends it back. He gets under Fabio's horse. Fabio makes a new line and sends it the other way. Now 30 seconds coming up. There's a whistle. Whistle will stop the clock with 31 seconds now left in the game. Eight o'clock tomorrow night, Channel 85. You can relive it. Exciting last Saturday of summer polo here at Bridgehampton Polo Club. If you're surfing the web, the Mercedes-Benz site is at mbusa.com. And the Bridgehampton Polo site is also quite fun to surf around on. That's at bhpolo.com. They lead by 2 with 31 seconds left in the game. This will put the wraps on it if Carlos Cressida can make it from 60 yards. Wind up, delivers a giant home run ball right over the uprights. Ruben Group goes to 12-9. Back to midfield with only a few seconds left in the game. Ball is on the ground. Out of the throw-in. There's the horn. That's the game. Ladies and gentlemen, how about it? Ruben Group wins today, 12-9 over White Birch.
This was some match. It could have gone either way. It went all ways, didn't it, Ron?
Leave it to White Birch to keep you right up there on the edge of your seat till the last horn, you know. I mean, phenomenal game. They came back. They tied it up. I think they did everything they could to win. I thought that was a 110% effort by White Birch. But, again, Carlos and Fabio, they have really developed into quite a team. I mean, they cover each other. If Carlos gets the ball, Fabio knows to go up. Carlos can put the pass right there where he needs it, and vice versa. Those two guys are the perfection of teamwork.
So really good, strong offensive play there.
Yeah, I think more than anything else, I think that White Birch at halftime did figure out a way to do a little better defensively, because you notice we didn't get as many goals in the second half as we did the first half. So I think everybody did their job on D, but offense just wasn't there. And I feel bad for White Birch because they missed 4 or 5 in that first half that would have made a huge difference in the end.
Polo never fails to excite. It's just an incredible sport.
Yeah, I always tell people, until you go, you don't have any idea, because the image of polo and what's really going on out there in the field can be totally different. The horses are high-speed thoroughbreds. They're going 35 miles an hour. The horse, when the ball gets hit, it's going 100 miles an hour. You put that together with some of the best players in the world here at Bridgehampton, you got yourself a heck of a sport.
Ron, you and I have enjoyed this season. I hope our audience has. I think they've seen some great sport this year.
It's been a pleasure, especially working with you, Michael. And if you ever get to Bridgehampton, you want to know who's who, what's going on, who did what, when, this is the guy. He knows everything out here.
And my polo partner can tell you everything about the sport.
Thanks, buddy. Good working with you. Michael Braverman, come up here and this is Michael Braverman, everyone. He's been a stalwart with Bridgehampton probably from the beginning, right?
From the beginning, and it's come a long way, Ron.
Give us some thoughts about this season since you've been here for all of them. How did this season compare to the years past as far as sponsors, charities, players, spectators?
Well, I think it's the best sport we've had here. The teams have been great this year. The games have been so exciting, right down to the last second of the last chukker. The crowds have been wonderful. The supporters of Bridgehampton Polo have really come out. Especially Prince Albert was here. We've had wonderful people doing things.
Great. Michael, of course, I've worked with him a little bit with the TV, and the game tomorrow night is on at 8 o'clock, and you'll see his face on there as well. What a polo player looks like after 6 hard chukkers. These guys play tough out there. If you only had some idea of how hard it is to ride a 35-mile-an-hour horse and the thing puts the brakes on you, the guy's bumping into you. White Birch in the green and Reuben Group in the white. Give them a hand. These guys were great all summer. We have some trophy presentations to take care of here. We'll do that. While we're waiting, a reminder about everybody. This was great that you supported polo so well this summer. We really appreciate everybody coming out every Saturday and all the support that you gave us. Was Schoenfeld up here? Oh, there you are. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for helping out today.
You're welcome.
This is White Birch here behind you, the team that almost did it again today. Peter Brandt, Nacho, Mariano. Neil Hirsch, of course, number 1, and, of course, the winning team. Chris Nevins, Fabio Denise, Carlos Cressida, and David Rubin. How about a cheer for these guys winning that game today, 9-12. Most Valuable Player Award is always given out after the game, and that's the player who's contributed the most to his team, not necessarily the team that wins, but the team that did the best. In this case, it is the team that wins. Most Valuable Trophy goes to Carlos Cressida. Carlos, a couple of words from you about MVP and the game today as well.
Well, it was a very hard game. We know that White Birch is one of the greatest teams in U.S. polo, and we knew that we had to play our best since we've been here. And luckily, we were just lucky today that we beat him. I think we were very lucky.
You and Fabio were just like brothers playing out there. I mean, it looked like you and Memo. You know, you guys were reading off each other. Tell us about that.
Well, we played together in Palm Beach before. We played this year and last year. We won a 22-hole tournament in Palm Beach last year. So we enjoy playing together very much.
Thank you. Carlos Cressida, ladies and gentlemen. And the man who put this team together, David Rubin. David, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Did you think when this tournament started you would come up with the record you have right now? I know we got a few games to go, but in particular today's game.
No, it's been a tough season. This is a different team, and we couldn't put the same team back as last year, and this has been a long time gelling. And to come up against the great White Birch team in a must-win game with Peter and Mariano and Neil and Nacho's very, very difficult, and we feel very grateful to be here.
You beat a hell of a good team, so congratulations. Also, we have the Most Valuable Pony. That's this horse down here. Please be careful around a horse. Sometimes they're head shy, and you never want to get behind them more than anything else. This horse belongs to Chris Nevins. Chris, congratulations.
The horse belongs to David Rubin.
Oh, he told me you sold him. This is your horse.
Yeah, Chris played it, and I own it. It was from Lucas Monteverde, who I think picked it out as the best horse, so I'm a little suspicious there. But it's a great gelding, and Chris played it great.
How old is he?
I'd say Tony's about 7, 8, and just got really fit and just played a great tournament.
Okay, why don't you go down and help him with the blanket then, David? Dr. Howard Sobel is here. We tell the spectators to be careful.
While we're doing this, I get a word with Neil Hirsch. Neil, congratulations on another successful season on Saturdays at Bridgehampton. Things went well this summer, didn't they?
Yeah, this has been the best year yet for Bridgehampton Polo. And I think next year we become an institution out here. I think next year is going to be even better.
Great. And also my thanks to Nacho for filling in for me last week as the announcer. Everybody wondered, who's that sexy guy announcing? That was Nacho, this guy.
Thank you.
Oh, now he has nothing to say. See how he is?
What do you want me to say?
Nothing. Thank you very much, Ron.
Thank you.
All right. Once again, everybody, thank you all for coming today. This has been a spectacular season, and without your help, it couldn't have happened. So thank you for supporting Bridgehampton Polo. Thank you to all of our sponsors and all of our staff and all the people that made this thing happen, and also all the charities. This is a major effort behind the scenes of what it takes to make this happen, and the crowd here was spectacular, so we want to especially thank all of you. See you next summer.